This news program is proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Now Biscuits.
Construction of first casino to commence. New footbridge in North and South Wagi opened. And Maru intends to introduce non-STEM syllabi. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Natasha Voy. Thank you for joining us. The construction of the first satellite casino in Port Moresby is set to commence following the groundbreaking ceremony today. The satellite casino is expected to be completed in 6 months' time.
The satellite casino is part of the much larger Panga Hill development in the nation's capital. This is the first casino in PNG and is expected to be completed within 6 months' time. During the groundbreaking ceremony this morning, Prime Minister James Marape said having a casino in PNG is in line with his plan to modernize PNG.
Today are in haste to modernize PNG at the very earliest, without trading off our indigenous identity, without giving away our culture, our people, our environment, but at the same time put on a fast pace growth for modern PNG. And in modern PNG, you need facilities, you need entertainment, you need the country to have all manners of amenity for citizens and visitors. This time more than the next 20 years, we want to migrate from not just a raw resource-based economy, but to a manufacturing-based economy. First and foremost, to migrate from our export of raw resources to having them finished in our own country and to make that migration.
Prime Minister said Motu Koita people should be given first priority in terms of employment and stressed on the importance to preserve our culture.
You have over 200,000 Kina earning income or something, you can come here with membership only. Just like Singapore, the citizens are not allowed. We're targeting our international residents in our city as well as the tourists who will come in, especially for gaming in our country.
The advisory board chairman said this is his 5th casino groundbreaking ceremony.
This is the first duly authorised and legally granted casino licence in PNG, and it covers a 50-kilometre radius of Port Moresby. It will set the standard and be the guiding light as far as governance and propriety goes in the casino business. I was on the feasibility and planning team for the first modern casino in Macau, the world's most profitable casino in Singapore. I was part of that planning and development group. And I was also at the groundbreaking of the temporary Star Casino in Sydney.
He stressed that Panga Hill will be a tourism city.
The city that's been built here in this corner will house mid and high roller gaming tables with invitation-only rooms. It will have 100 state-of-the-art gaming machines. That's the very latest technology available. There will be 2 restaurants and bar operations. The casino is aimed at the visitor and expat community markets and the tourism markets. It is not being targeted at local population. It is the Singapore model.
The advisory board chairman said PNG law states that 30% of the profit from this gaming enterprise will go back to the government, and that will include a 5% community benefit living. He further added that this will bring more money into PNG.
It is well known the great majority of the revenue in the Cairns Casino comes from PNG. And I can see a few of you smiling as I say that. The casino at Porgera Hill will keep a lot of that money in PNG. Every year, 350 cruise ships go past PNG. very few stop. We're giving them now real reasons to stop. And if we can get a third or a half of those ships to stop, and that's what's been promised by the operators, it will change the face of tourism in Port Moresby.
Moresby South MP Justin Tachenko was pleased to have this multi-million kina development in his electorate, stating that this will create thousands of jobs. Esther Gane, National EMTV News.
Coffee Industry Corporation Chief Executive Officer Charles Dambui has officially opened a 170-meter footbridge connecting Bilu and Kukpa village in the North and South Wagi district, promising connectivity and accessibility for local coffee farmers. The footbridge was funded by the Coffee Industry Corporation Limited with the help and support from the Jiwaka provincial government through its partnership.
People living in that part of North and South Wagi have been struggling for so long to access government services like bridges and roads. According to the village councillor, 5 council wards in both North and South Wagi in Jiwaka province experiences this struggle and were in need of road links to export their coffees and other garden produce to the market for so long. He said this bridge will significantly reduce their travel time from one district to another by improving their access to essential services and opportunities. The much anticipated 117-meter footbridge linking Bilu and Kukpa village in North and South Wagi district will be a much life-changing moment for them. Meanwhile, Coffee Industry Corporation Chief Executive Officer Charles Dambui highlighted to the locals that CIC invests more in Eastern Islands, Chimbu, Jiwaka and Western Islands because 90% of the coffee production comes from them, indicating that it generates 800 to 900 millions of kina every year. Mr. Dambui said the footbridge cost a total of 1.3 million kina with the help of 310,000 kina from the provincial government. He said this footbridge will pave way for coffee farmers to thrive within the agriculture sector within the area and create job opportunities for unemployed youths.
This bridge I'm stand up me like you farmers make use. Why you be making Mr. Bridge and you farmers putting money inside your pocket? Coffee by start. Now you miss you you miss second, third generation. Or papa blomi plow, tumuna blomi plow in planning coffee. Yeah. You may enjoy this benefit is stuff yet. That's how sustainable coffee is. Coffee by stop all the time. You miss a comparing you may to Napa province. So lapa line you want type of oil, gas, mining. Emolanya also the resource rich provinces. But equally we are resource rich. Eastern Islands, Jiwaka, Western Islands, we are resource rich. Agriculture.
On behalf of the people of Jiwaka, the provincial administrator Ricky Kogan further thanked the CIC for their partnership with the provincial government by funding the 117-meter footbridge in the province.
Pablo province, kisi most long people now. Jiwaka provincial government, we like acknowledge him, Chief Executive Officer Long. CIC, Mr. Charles Dambui, please, you may fight one people and get along him. Thank you, CEO. Want him, Team CIC.
Meanwhile, Kentutu Councillor Robert Kupi urged the provincial government to build another bridge that can allow vehicles to help them transport their goods out to the market. Finally, Mr. Dambui has officially opened the bridge by cutting the ribbon in Bilu village. Edward Luke, National EMTV News, Jiwaka.
The people of Haripmo and Kiniambu in East Yanguru local level government, East Sepik province, will have a new police station next year to mitigate petty crimes. The member for Yanguru Sausia and Minister for International Trade and Investment, Richard Maru, said the new police station will pave way for more development in the local level government.
In a groundbreaking ceremony yesterday, Minister Maru announced that the new police station is valued at 1 million kina.
Biblo pa start one tubla police house na police station. There's a police station by a tubla cell block mana merit one. Good one. Same time by people recruiting more young people place locamable reserve. Locaman by pay more. So by you go ahead low one in place because of Mangilo place by only at reserve. You are ready, finished. People are launched now. Next week we'll go hard work. Immediately come now. Work start now.
The Yanguru police station commander requested for the people's cooperation.
Haribmo, council, magistrate, plenty of leaders are sing out. Police, sing out the police, the leader or something, or monkey count touchy wire blong. Haribmo, son of harassing or intimidating or innocent or reasonable citizen in Haribmo na Kinambo. Then police come and more mumut now peak and more start run Lokunana. What was that you was scattered inside here now? So giving plenty difficulties long side the police operation. As it was a council to finish, police and people are expecting full partnership with the community.
Minister Maru urged the people of Aripmo and Kiniambu to refrain from crime activities.
Me tell you, governor, now what the line by me bring some nubla law come now. Law province. You cut in man, you must get maximum penalty below you. You cook him steam, cook a labus. Yeah. But people do away now declaring war, me declaring independence here. You rascal of la place now, you cook him steam now. Current knife on your days are numbered. By next year you'll be finished. By your head low way. The police station by finish. Very shortly by me finish him Nagam na put the police car lo up. Next year I'll build a next police station at Woman Market. You will have no way to escape.
The construction of the new police station will start next week with the aim for completion within 4 months and the opening in February next year. Malinta Yopolo, National EMTV News.
In a step to enhance tourism in the district and Jiwaka province, a memorandum of understanding was signed between the PNG Tourism Promotion Authority and the Jimmy District Development Authority today. With Jimmy being one of the first districts to venture into such partnership, Tourism Promotion Authority's CEO notes what the MOU enables.
What we see in terms of tourism development, it can happen when maybe TPL or National Tourism Office, he work one time or sub-national entities long, lower level government and district offices, because all tourism products only stop tamblona, you play owner belong all this tourism product. Now we play stop long head office, we only remain up there and structure policy and we provide them assistance, but time you yet underneath long lower level government na district you yet you realize the importance of tourism na you come na talk no god you me work one time na time you come on top of some by you look in tourism development and by walk go through plenty time we are driving it from the top and many times because the products and the tourism development are owned by the district and it is at the district level our efforts are most of the time challenged and limited.
Highlighting that Jimmy had a lot to offer in the tourism industry, like the Marita Festival, trekking, bird watching, and even mini museum. The MP for Jimmy, Wakegoi, who was present to sign the agreement, noted progress in the district to encourage this, road accessibility being one.
At least me talk thank you lo awesome some smarape also our Prime Minister giving me the team, you know, the government team, the Pangu, only giving me 20 million also roadside. So road is not Tasolem, this money me no use him yet, so and by me use him this year. This year I'm start with 20 million for the next 5 years and by reaching 100 million, and Latino will have some good road network. But currently at least we are improving.
Advising that such arrangements is open to other districts to collaborate with the authority, TPA CEO also noted that the authority had always supported cultural events.
Basically, we support cultural events and cultural festivals because we see it as a good economic activity for the local community. Going forward, I think next year onward, we will be supporting them to build their capacity in terms of marketing and promoting it, and at the same time packaging those festivals so that not only international tourists but local tourists too can have access to it, because some of those cultural festivals, they showcase very unique cultures.
The MOU includes a period of 5 years. 4 of the 6 parties to the Porgera Mining Project Committee Development Agreement initialed the draft of the CDA on Wednesday this week after 6 months of negotiations.
The 4 other special mining lease or SML landowners, excluding 2 agents, who initialed the CDA document as representatives of their individual clans, the Porgera Urban Local Level Government, the Porgera Rural Local Level Government, and the state. The new Porgera Limited or NPL and the Enga Provincial Government or EPG did not attend the occasion. State will continue to have dialogue with these 2 parties and is confident of reaching a consensus with them soon. The draft CDA documents have been initialed, will go through the government vetting process, especially clearance on the physical and monetary terms and the legal aspects of the agreement. Under the Porgera Project Commencement Agreement or PPCA, which was signed between Barrick, SML landowners, EPG and the state, the equity breakup is as follows. Special mining lease landowners 5%, Enga Provincial Government 2.5%, non-special mining lease 2.5%, mineral resources Enga or MRE 5%. This adds up to 15% equity out of the total 51% owned by PNG parties. The balance of 36% is owned by Kumul Minerals Holdings Limited or KM8Cell on behalf of the state. In terms of royalties, the PPCA provides for a total of 3% royalty. The SML landowners have proposed their own breakup of equity and royalties and a plan on their business development aspirations. These proposals will be attached with the draft CDA to the NEC for decision making. Esther Gane, National MTV News.
National MTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Start your day the smart way with the new Smart Start Breakfast Biscuit. Whether you are busy or on a budget, Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits gives you a healthy and affordable breakfast to set you up for school or play. Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits are fortified with essential vitamins for body or brain health. They contain vitamin A for healthy growth and development, vitamin B6 for healthy metabolism, immune system and brain development, and vitamin B12 for nerve and cell health. Proudly made by Paradise Foods.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Remember the joy of playing with your toys as a child? At Morning Plus, we believe that every small business deserves a chance to build and grow. That's why we offer asset financing.
Our chance to building something new, to see a different point of view. Oh, 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 oh.
halivim wari belong you.
For generations, our families have enjoyed the fresh taste of Besta from our very own waters. Healthy, tasty, and made by our people for our people. Besta continues to be the pride of PNG because we make sure that all the goodness from our oceans remains in our hands. Besta, PNG's premier household brand.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections, and business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
The question is, why haven't wages, why hasn't household income not risen in line with the cost of living?
We try to make sure that the prices that business houses charges are not over and above.
It's equipment, you can put it on a ship, on a building.
We all know that right across the country, there's extensive blackouts.
Drastic environmental damage that will start to occur even before the development commences.
Presenting in-depth commentaries, interviews and discussions of the major current affairs issues, both domestically and internationally. Issues ranging across politics, bureaucracy, the environment and economics, as well as health, social and cultural issues.
That's on Monday night, right here on your number one to watch, MTV.
You're watching National MTV News. The member for Yanguru Sausia and Minister for International Trade and Investment, Richard Maru, has announced his intentions to introduce non-science, technology, engineering and technology syllabus next year. This announcement was made yesterday at the 42nd graduation of Passam National School of Excellence.
The minister, in his congratulatory message to the 227 students of Passam National School of Excellence, including 38 STEM students, said social science must be recognized too. He said it is important that both science and social science run concurrently in the country.
I'm now working with Dr. Clement Waine, and I'll be talking a lot to the Education Minister and the department to not only have STEM for those in science and engineering and mathematics, but I would like to see a similar program for humanities. So I think there's room, and the government must look at a non-STEM program, so we run both programs concurrently in all our national schools of excellence. I met up with Dr. Clement Waine 2 weeks ago, and he did tell me they are working on the syllabus. So with my brother, our education representative here today, I'm hoping that new syllabus for non-STEM will be introduced next year or the year after.
Minister Maru said all National School of Excellence in the country needs modern infrastructure to produce the best results.
Those who end up in National Schools of Excellence are the best this country has produced, and we need to give you more support. So I look forward to our government making budget appropriations to support all our schools of excellence, to start building world-class facilities, so we are properly preparing our students to go and compete with the rest of the world. This is where our future is.
Now give thanks to the good Lord above.
The minister, on behalf of the national government, presented a check of 1 million kina to the school to fund the school's new 80-room girls' dormitory.
Because of the outstanding performance over the last 3 years, Mr. Chairman, I'm happy to give you 1 million kina today.
Malinta Yopolo, National MTV News.
The Ramahaga Adventist Primary School in Alotau, Milimbe Province, received 10,000 kina worth of food and toiletry supplies, along with 4 fuel drums this week as assistance. This assistance, looked on as timely, was provided by the member for Samarai Murua, Isi Henry Leonard, after requests were being made to his office. Ramaga Adventist Primary is a mission school run by the Seventh-day Adventist Church under the Northern and Milimbe Mission, but has faced tough times from food shortages as of recent. Many students from Samarai Murua district also attend the Ramhaga Adventist School in Alotau district, which prompted Mr. Leonard to support the school. In recent years, the school is noted to have also been a victim of increasing law and order issues from sea piracy within the province. The member for Alotau, Ricky Morris, assisted in recent months with food supplies which have since been depleted, and the school had to turn to their food gardens that they have survived on for several weeks now. Although the school is just an hour across the Milim Bay from Alotau town, it is in a rural setting where the challenges they face are similar to other rural schools within the province. In his remarks, Mr. Leonard commended the teachers and students for their commitment and perseverance. Mr. Leonard made a commitment to continue to support the school into the future and also committed several solar street lights to be placed around the schoolyard and 2 chainsaws to help the school mill its own timber to build basic infrastructure like teachers' houses and classrooms. 10 young men and women took yet another step in progress in the in-house graduation of the Data Analytics Graduate Development Program at the Internal Revenue Commission. As well as celebrating achievement, the event was also aimed to showcase IRC as an employer of choice, committed to fostering talent and innovation in Papua New Guinea. Although IRC had other graduate development programs prior, the ceremony was first of its kind. Giving an overview of the year-long graduate development program that engaged 10 participants was the acting director Eliud Uwasenko.
It was basically to build capacity within IRC in the areas of data management, business analytics and economics. So from the 10 graduates, we got 3 computer scientists, 3 information systems, 2 economics, 1 business management and 1 psychology.
The Commissioner of Taxation, in his keynote address on the special occasion, called the duration of the program for the participants a challenging one.
It's a rigorous journey that you have undertaken since you were recruited. And I use the word rigorous because that was the process in which you were recruited into the organization. So I think credit goes to our TID team led by Blaze and HR on setting that process. Hopefully we can use that as a platform to bring more good graduates into the organization.
Sharing her experience of the development program was the female graduate representative.
Starting off as newbies, we got straight into the work required from us while trying to learn how our tax administration operates. Both hands were at work, one hand to learn and the other to build. From the data warehouse project, which is the cornerstone of the tax intelligence division, and the digital transformation, to taxpayer mapping, fixed asset register, and data source partnerships. These projects and the others not mentioned have allowed us to meet some of the most dedicated, knowledgeable, and skilled staff during our graduate program.
Western Provincial Health Authority has been gifted with a new boat from the Australian High Commission yesterday in Port Moresby. This is part of Australian government's ongoing commitment to improved health outcomes in Papua New Guinea.
The new boat, MV Island, will support the health programs in Daru and the South Fly area to ensure the delivery of medical supplies, support the supervision of coastal health facilities, and provide transport of patients and staff for referral to Daru Hospital. Acting CEO of the Western Provincial Health Authority, Dr. Miriam Boga, thanked the Government of Australia for the contribution to the PHA, saying Australia is a trusted partner and friend to the Western Provincial Health Authority, and the gift will meet a critical need in health service delivery in Daru and South Fly District. Australia's Deputy High Commissioner to PNG, Dr. Joanne Lowndes, said this very critical gift to the Western PHA represents the ongoing commitment of the Australian government to improving health outcomes in PNG. Following the handover of the MV Island to Western PHA staff in Port Moresby yesterday, it will travel to Daru, where it will be put into service for the benefit of the people of Western Province. Louis Maingo, National, EMTV News.
And now we take a look at the NASFAN market report. The kina closed lower at $0.255 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your kina was buying $0.2470 US, $0.3633 Australian dollars, 0.2183 euro, and 36.37 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading higher, coffee closed higher, cocoa closed higher, copper closed unchanged, palm oil closed unchanged, crude oil is trading higher, and copper closed lower. On the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX 200 is trading lower, and the All Ordinaries is trading lower. National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
The IPI Group is PNG's most innovative, dynamic and diverse logistics company, totally focused on delivering outstanding service. Our diversified divisions span from major warehousing, bulk fuel and road transport to large-scale commercial catering. The IPI Group of companies will be your partner, supplying tailor-made logistics solutions.
Hi, I'm John Dangi. Join me weekly at 7 p.m. every Tuesday nights on House and Home as we talk about pet care, health and fitness, home improvement ideas, feature stories, pick a book, Hatok Mom, and everything to do with home and lifestyle. That's House and Home, 7 p.m. Tuesday nights on your number one to watch, EMTV.
You're watching National MTV News. To encourage responsible drinking, SB Brewery, in partnership with the Australia Pacific Training Coalition, where students in the hospitality industry are trained to serve alcohol responsibly. Building on this partnership, an information session was hosted today to feature APTC's new job portal. Noting that the partnership between the two commenced in 2019, the brewery's sales manager highlighted the importance of responsible serving of alcohol when it comes to responsible drinking.
But part of responsible alcohol consumption is also the responsible serving of alcohol. And that's where especially our customers who are in the hospitality business, they have bar personnel, those are, let's say, the frontline workers who need to determine, has somebody had enough? Is this person of age, has the legal drinking age to purchase and consume alcohol? These kind of things that requires training.
He elaborated on the functions of APTC's job portal, saying through which the brewery's customers can identify students trained in the hospitality field to serve alcohol responsibly.
Job portal, really the end user are the customers, but also, of course, the students themselves, because the students, they graduate, they would like to have a job, right? So the students can find a suitable employer, and the employers can find a suitable, let's say, student to either bar personnel. It's mostly focused on the F&B side, so food and beverage. So it's mostly bar personnel, anything hospitality related. It's basically to connect these two.
He went on to elaborate on the objective of the partnership between APTC and SB Brewery and the job portal.
The first one is to make sure that let's say that new generation is well trained in the responsible service of alcohol, which of course is a very important part of our business, our customers' business, and I think also from a societal perspective, very important that when we consume alcohol, we do it the right way. So that's the first one, and the second one would be to ensure that young people, young Papua New Guineans who want to enter the job market, that they can get a job quickly. And then it's also for these customers to be able to get highly qualified people in at an early stage and hopefully...
And now moving to overseas news. The Australian Prime Minister is continuing his visit to Laos with a renewed pitch to Australian businesses to invest in Southeast Asia. Anthony Albanese will also meet with Japan's new Prime Minister. Security concerns will be high on the agenda.
This is the first time that the Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, will have met with the new Japanese Prime Minister, Shigeru Ishiba. Now, Shigeru Ishiba is very new to the job of Prime Minister. He's only been in office for a few weeks now, but he has been around Japanese politics for quite some time, and he's known as someone with a big interest in defence and security. He's a former defence minister and also a bit of a character too. He's got some quite strong thoughts on things like regional security in particular. He's already been soft pitching the idea to the region of an Asian NATO, a sort of bloc of countries modelled on the North Atlantic Treaty Organisation, the sort of European-American NATO body that's already in place, to try and improve regional security and add some stability to the region too, in his view. That's received a fairly lukewarm reception from other regional leaders within Asia, so unlikely to get off the ground, at least in the very short period, but something you could perhaps expect to come up, or ideas along those lines as well as to how to improve regional security. This will likely be a focus of today's talks, but the Prime Minister, the Australian Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, is also interested in talking economics and trade in particular. Japan is, of course, a massive importer of Australian energy, particularly coal and gas. The Prime Minister wants to discuss that, but also how that trade relationship might evolve as Australia starts to pivot more towards renewables, what that trade relationship might look like in a net zero world in particular, for example. This is something he's been discussing for some time, and will also raise later on at a meeting of the Asian sort of net zero kind of body that's been put together as well, a grouping of countries too that the Prime Minister will speak at later on.
The Australian government is again urging Australians to leave Lebanon after Israeli strikes on packed neighborhoods in central Beirut killed 22 people.
117 people were wounded in the strikes, with the Israeli military describing the areas attacked as Hezbollah-affiliated. Foreign Minister Penny Wong says the government has scheduled only one more repatriation flight for citizens hoping to leave Lebanon.
We're taking the same approach on this as we talk to people who had to flee in the earlier part of the conflict after the horrific events of October 7. But I would say this, we have a flight scheduled for Sunday, that's October 13th. There are no further flights scheduled beyond that. So I'd say to Australians, there is a flight scheduled on October 13th. There are no further flights scheduled, and any further flights would obviously, as I said, flights are not going to be scheduled indefinitely and are subject to operational and security constraints. You should leave now if you wish to leave.
There were two major strikes about a kilometre from where I am here, just in the city centre. They were in the neighbourhoods of Naweri and Basta, which are in central Beirut. In the Naweri neighbourhood, according to the Lebanese media, the strike hit the third floor of an 8-storey building, and in Basta, which is just across the road from that, the strike hit a 4-storey building which is reported to have completely collapsed. The Israeli media is saying that the target was a senior Hezbollah figure, Wafiq Safa, who is the head of the liaison and coordination unit. And so it's been a very bloody day here with those major strikes tonight. You can hear the ambulances from where I am now. It's caused chaos in the centre of the city and obviously a high death toll.
United Nations Commission of Inquiry has accused Israel of carrying out a deliberate policy of destroying Gaza's healthcare system. The independent investigators say repeated Israeli attacks on the medical facilities and the killing and torture of medical personnel amount to war crimes.
When you have a body like this from the UN make such conclusions, they have the evidence in their reports, and their reports are very extensive. But besides that, the International Court of Justice made a very clear, determination. We described it as historic in saying that all of the policies and practices which violate international law in the occupied Palestinian territory made the court come to the conclusion that this occupation is illegal and it has to be terminated as quickly as possible. Well, if Israel doesn't listen, to the United Nations, and it doesn't listen to the International Court of Justice and to the positions of many countries, including your country and European countries and almost the entire international community, according to the Charter of the UN, according to articles of the Charter. So if a country refuses to accept these positions and to meet its obligation as a member of the United Nations, which requires, to honor and respect and uphold international law so high, then shame on them.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Accept the challenge. Choose PNG's favorite purified bottled water. True Wara, 100% PNG made.
Proudly bottled by Paradise Foods.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections. Communities will get faster speeds and wider coverage. And business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. Plus, everyone will benefit from onshore storage that brings browsing home. It's all part of our ongoing billion kina nationwide investment. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
Hilton Port Moresby Hotel and Residence. Hilton Port Moresby Hotel and Residence. Your stay, your house, your home.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, my name is Jiwaka, and welcome to this exciting journey into the world of cocoa farming. In this series of Skills TV, we're going to embark on an adventure exploring the world of cocoa production. Join us as we unlock the potential of cocoa farming for a more brighter and sustainable Papua New Guinea.
Coming soon, right here on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Jiwaka Sports.
Welcome to Jiwaka Sports. Ahead of this weekend's clash, both Australia and Papua New Guinea Prime Minister's 13 teams have ramped up their preparations for the highly anticipated rugby league match.
The annual fixture aimed at strengthening ties between the two nations and promoting social change through sports promises to be a thrilling encounter. PNG's Prime Minister's 13 coach, Jason Demetro, gave insights of the preparations.
As I said before, there's a few things we've worked on in and around our defence that we want to get right. We want to put some practice into that this weekend, and it's going to get tested against a great opposition. So for me, I'm excited for the boys to get out there and get some real learnings from that. And take that. Obviously, it's week 1, so that's going to grow as the teams progress. But I've been really impressed with how the boys have taken it on. And like I said, we're going to get tested. We'll score points. I've got no doubt about that. But really focusing on our defence and making sure that we're having a presence through that middle third as well.
Australia's PM's 13 coach Brad Fittler said his side is expecting a tough match.
Selected to play in a group. This time they get to wear an Australian jersey and they get to play with some of their idols like Daniel Cook. I think it's very important to them. A lot of them are at the start of their careers, let alone rep careers, and it's definitely a stepping stone to hopefully being the team that's playing the Pacific champs in the future against New Guinea and the other teams. So I think it's up to the players to see this as the challenge and the stepping stone. But the one thing I've noticed, picking this team is very important, and the players that you pick in this team, it's a very long competition in the NRL, and the players that we've picked this year are very enthusiastic, and we've only had a couple of sessions so far. We've got a session tomorrow, but their attitude has been fantastic, so that will be good competition for Jason's team.
Both teams are gearing up for what will undoubtedly be a showcase of skills, endurance and the national pride. Jonathan Sibona, Jiwaka Sports.
In a crucial match of the Oceania qualifiers for the FIFA 2026 World Cup, PNG couples have lost their opening match by 3-1 against New Caledonia.
From the HFC Bank Stadium.
The match held in Fiji saw New Caledonia demonstrated clinical finishing and superior control as they claimed the 3 vital points on their road to global stage. From the first whistle, New Caledonia set the tone with a strong attacking display. Their efforts were soon rewarded with an early goal that put Papua New Guinea on the back foot. Throughout the first half, New Caledonia continued to apply pressure, forcing Papua New Guinea to defend deep and scramble for possession. Despite Papua New Guinea's best efforts to claw their way back into the game, New Caledonia doubled their lead before the break, heading into halftime with a comfortable 2-0 advantage. The PNG side, however, showed resilience in the second half and managed to pull one back, sparking hopes of a comeback. But the momentum was quickly extinguished when New Caledonia added a third goal, sealing the result and dashing the opponent's chances of a revival. The match ended 3-1, marking an impressive performance by New Caledonia, who now look ahead to their next challenge in the qualifiers. Meanwhile, PNG couples will need to regroup and focus on their upcoming fixtures to keep their qualifications hopes alive.
On to Keno. Keno looks at his options. Oh, brilliantly played by Keno. He finds space. Martello coming through.
Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections. Communities will get faster speeds and wider coverage. And business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. Plus, everyone will benefit from onshore storage that brings browsing home. It's all part of our ongoing billion kina nationwide investment. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
For generations, our families have enjoyed the fresh taste of Vesta from our very own waters. Healthy, tasty, and made by our people for our people. Vesta continues to be the pride of PNG because we make sure that all the goodness from our oceans remains in our hands. Vesta, PNG's premier household brand.
The question is, why haven't wages, why hasn't household income not risen in line with the cost of living?
We try to make sure that the prices that business houses charges are not over and above.
It's equipment, you can put it on a ship, on a building.
We all know that right across the country, there's extensive blackouts.
Drastic environmental damage that will start to occur even before the development commences.
Presenting in-depth commentaries, interviews and discussions of the major current affairs issues, both domestically and internationally. Issues ranging across politics, bureaucracy, the environment and economics, as well as health, social and cultural issues.
That's on Monday night, right here on your #1 to watch, MTV.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
Welcome back to Chukai Sports. The Premier Soccer League will go into round 13 of intense clashes this weekend.
4 matches are scheduled over the weekend at 2 stadiums, Sir Ignatius Kilage Stadium and Sir John Guy Stadium. The first match of the competition will feature Lay City Dwellers taking on Hekari United at Sir Ignatius Kilage Stadium. Following that at 3 p.m. at the same venue, Lay City will take on Port Moresby Strikers FC. At Sir John Guy Stadium also at 3 p.m, Gulf Comara will face off against United Highlands FC. The final match of the round will be held at 3 p.m. at Sir Ignatius Kilage Stadium, where Admiralty Islands will go up against Morobe Wawens. This round of matches is crucial as teams look to solidify their positions in the league standings as the season comes to its final stages. Each game promises to deliver excitement and competitive action for the fans. Jonathan Sibona, Chukai Sports.
The Southern Conference Under-17 football competition is set to host a thrilling series of matches at the Sir John Guy Stadium this weekend.
The day kicks off with a clash between Southwest FC and Port Moresby Strikers at 10 a.m, followed by Gulf Comara taking on Matala at 11:20 in the boys division. The girls section begins at 12:20 p.m. with Hekari Football Academy faces off Port Moresby Strikers. Another exciting match follows at 1:20 with Lamanu competing against Benis. Later in the afternoon, the boys return to the pitch with Southwest FC playing against Tarangau. Lamanu goes up against Tarangau in a much anticipated showdown. The day wraps at 4:30 as Maukele FC takes on Hekari Football Academy. While the competition is fierce across the board, Matala FC will enjoy a bye during this round. All eyes are on the teams as they vie for supremacy in the under-17 category, showcasing the best of youth football talent from the region. Jonathan Sibona, Chukai Sports.
And that ends Chukai Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Chukai Sports. Chukai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections, and business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
Get ready for the biggest Gala Leak and Win promotion ever! Gala is sharing the love with even more prizes and more winners nationwide, all worth a whopping 300,000 kina! Prizes up for grabs include iPhone 15s, Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultras, electric scooters, DJI drones, and the list goes on! Buy your favorite Gala stick ice cream, check the stick for a winning prize, and if you're lucky, call 73211-217 to claim your prize! Promo ends Friday, 8 November 2024. Terms and conditions apply.
The IPI Group is PNG's most innovative, dynamic and diverse logistics company, totally focused on delivering outstanding service. Our diversified divisions span from major warehousing, bulk fuel and road transport to large-scale commercial catering. The IPI Group of companies will be your partner, supplying tailor-made logistics solutions.
For generations, our families have enjoyed the fresh taste of Besta from our very own waters. Healthy, tasty, and made by our people for our people. Besta continues to be the pride of PNG because we make sure that all the goodness from our oceans remains in our hands. Besta, PNG's premier household brand.
Hi, I'm Jordan Dangi. Join me weekly at 7 p.m. every Tuesday nights on House and Home as we talk about pet care, health and fitness, home improvement ideas, feature stories, pick a book, Atok Mom, and everything to do with home and lifestyle. That's also known 7 p.m. Tuesday nights on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You me holy man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
Brought to you by Money Plus, with you always. This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
The weather report for the next 24 hours in the southern region. Port Moresby City, partly cloudy with possible evening showers and rain drizzles. Daru, rain showers and drizzles easing to cloudy night. Kerema, easing rain showers to cloudy night. Alotau, easing rain drizzles to partly cloudy. And Popondetta, rain showers and drizzles and possible thunderstorms easing.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Friday, the 11th of October 2024. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.
It's Smile o'clock. It's Smile o'clock. Gotta brush our teeth. Time o'clock. It's